Is there even any audio going to the stream? Oh, there is. Never mind. It's just Discord audio.
I just realized I was muted. Okay.
Good
Nice.
Is there anyone we don't hear on the stream?
Testing, testing.
Wee woo, wee woo.
So far, everybody's good. Just haven't heard Michael speak yet.
Michael is currently muted.
Yes.
Okay, well, if everyone else can be heard, then he can probably be heard as soon as he unmutes his mic.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Yeah. So we're just on the stream starting screen for another 2 minutes or so before we get into the game and all the juicy details that entails.
Woo.
Oh yeah, so I did take another look over everybody's character sheets at the end of, like, once I was more awake a few days later. I did notice a few things that were a little bit off. First off, Arthur, your thing is actually, you put hand range, but I'm pretty sure that ability is supposed to extend the range of an existing thing. So that should be extending your range past hand range. Let me just figure out if that means medium or far range real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, so your ability actually has reach range as opposed to hand or close range, because the base attack is close range.
Whoa. Saying a lot of things that I don't know.
Yeah, it's not explained very clearly in the book either. I had to go digging a little bit. Anyway, let's cut back to the game screen. So the other thing I noticed was that Cliff was using a different stat array than was listed in the example ones. I sent you a private message about that. If you could please fix that on your spare time. If you hear my
My stat array is the bottom one. From from the professional, unless I have to actually click this thing here.
Hold on, let me see the
If
one.
if it's about the +1 cool, that's from unfazable in my moves.
Oh, okay. Then let me just double check that because that should be fine. I just need to. Oh shit, you're right. My bad.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. So without further ado, let's begin. So during like the first session of any Powered by the Apocalypse game, I like to have a little bit of a scene with each character sort of individually to show off them in their natural habitat. Who would like to go first?
I volunteer as tribute.
All right. You are just wrapping up a cleaning job, but there has been somewhat of a complication. There is a witness who has who you've noticed catching a glimpse of the scene just before the blood was completely eliminated from the room. He's in a building sort of across the street. What do you do?
Moron. Enzo calmly walks over to the building.
All right, you're standing outside the front or one of the side entrances, or this is like you're in sort of a neighborhood where the buildings are about 2-3 stories high, made of brick, but they've got windows on every floor and those metal grated fire escapes.
Let's go with the fire escape, just to be safe.
All right. The fire escape takes you up to the second floor where he saw you from, and no alarm sounds with the fire escape opening, thankfully. But it brings you sort of into the hallway where it seems like there's an unrelated group just sort of passing by.
Gonna act natural, wait for the unrelated group to leave the direct vicinity, and then have a polite little knock on the witness's door.
All right. When they turn to look at you, they don't notice anything particularly off. You're probably the type to keep your weapons concealed. And they unlock their door and head inside. You get to roughly the apartment that this that the witness was in. And you're now standing right outside the door. What do you do?
Listen, buddy, we can do this the civilized way or the rough way.
Was that blood?
Don't.
Are you a killer?
Only to the right people. You're not the right people, are you?
What does that entail?
Just want to have a little discussion with you, that's all.
I think if you want to convince him to let you in, which is I think what you're trying to do, you're gonna need to give him some sort of like reason or leverage, maybe a threat, maybe a deal.
Listen, you already saw what I'm capable of. Do you want to give me a reason to be upset?
All right. This calls for one of the basic moves. Let me just pull up the reference sheet. Act under pressure, manipulate someone seems like the best way. Once you've given them a reason, tell them what you want them to do and roll charm.
Just open the door so we can have a little discussion, okay?
Roll plus charm.
Hold on now. How would I roll charm?
On your character sheet.
Do I press the dice next to charm?
Yeah.
Input value. What do I input?
That's typically for if you have like forward or ongoing, which currently there's nothing applied to the situation.
So just 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a 9, mixed success. So this means they'll do it, but only if you do something right now to show them you mean it. So you, from the other side of the door, you hear the guy is sort of trembling, and you hear the first number on a house line. Beep.
You know I'm armed, right? I'm giving you till the count of 3. 1.
Okay. And he opens the door. He raises his hands.
Okay. You see? We can be civil. Now then. I think I'm gonna take a seat so we can talk. Why don't you take a seat too?
And we can end that scene there, because it seems like you've got that pretty much under control. Who's next?
I'll go next.
All right. So you're You are in one of the laboratories for the Third Bureau. Let me just pull up my other notes in Google Drive real quick. One of the scientists in this laboratory seems like they have seems like they're going into somewhat of a panic. It seems like they've misplaced something important. That or it's been stolen.
I guess I walk up to the scientist while he's freaking out. Hey, man, you good?
Are you wearing your hazmat suit right now?
If I'm in the lab, yeah, I'd say I'm in my hazmat suit.
Yeah. So he says, we had 8 vials of Zorovex here. One of them's gone missing. No
Do I know
one's-
what Zorovex is?
Yes, it's one of the chemicals that they are that they're experimenting with. The specifics of it, you might need to roll, I guess, sharp to figure it out.
All right, rolling sharp. Mixed.
All right, so you can ask one question about Zorovex, as to like maybe, what does it do? What are some common side effects? That sort of deal.
I guess I should just start with the obvious one. What does it do? Like, just generally, what does this stuff do?
It seems to sort of alter the form of certain types of matter. It seems to cause certain physical structures to become misshapen. Hence the reason that you guys have the hazmat suits. It appears to do so using some form of radiation.
And one of these vials is missing. I asked that to the scientist. One of these vials is missing. Did you leave it? Did you leave the vials alone and come back and one was gone, or?
He says, it was in this lab overnight. There's only a small handful of people that could have come in or out, but none of them left wearing hazmat suits. We saw in the security footage.
Who did you see on the footage? Like, just real quick, who do we know could have done this?
He lists a small handful of names. Mark, Andrew, although he takes you to the room where they had the security footage sort of listed. Or sorry, he takes you to the security room where he reviewed the footage previously. And all of them, once they like exited the airlock, they did not have their hazmat suits with them. And they didn't seem to have any like abnormalities in their form when they left either.
The scientist knows more about this stuff than I do, right? Like about the actual substance than I do, right?
You can assume so, yeah.
Could I ask him like some extra stuff, or did he tell me everything he knows?
I think this counts as investigate a mystery. Because you are trying to figure something out while you are actually, because it doesn't have something to do with the monster itself yet.
This would just be me like turning to the scientist and asking him the question.
What else did you want to know about this?
Okay, so it warps physical matter, it like contorts it and molds it. Does it like is it painful when someone does that? Like when it touches somebody, I assume it's also painful, right?
Oh, absolutely. It can deal some real serious damage to your internal organs.
Okay. Can I go back to the room where the stuff is being held?
Sure.
All right, I walk back to the laboratory where the stuff is held. I want to investigate a mystery. I want to. Yeah, first I'm just gonna roll to investigate a mystery,
Yeah, sure.
which is sharp. Roll. Submit 0.
Yeah. You're searching the cabinets and such. Okay.
Searching the cabinets, looking around the floor, looking on the tables, looking. Yeah, just anywhere that could have anything useful.
Okay.
14.
On a 14, advanced success stuff is for once you've taken a few more advancements. So this is just the basic investigate a mystery. On a 10 plus, hold 2. On a 7 and 9, hold 1. So you can ask, what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What's being concealed here?
All right, I have 2 of these. What sort of creature is it? That would only be for like an anomalous thing, like a monster. If I ask that for like a person, I'm not. You're just gonna tell me it's a human, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay, that was a waste of one, wasn't it? Or was that just
No, because you didn't actually ask what sort of creature is it.
okay? I'm gonna ask what happened here. Like, I want to see if there's. So far, I think that somebody might have stolen it. So, what happened here?
Okay. So what you can tell from like the security footage and all the evidence you have pieced together, that none of this stuff would have left through the airlock. The airlock seems to be too normal, I guess. It hasn't been warped or altered in the same way that it would if it had been exposed to this stuff straight up. What you can tell is that the Zorovex may have created something and allowed it to leave some other way.
What the hell? Is the scientist with me? Did he come with me?
Yeah.
Can Zorvex make stuff? You said it can mutate things and mold it. Can it, like, mutate things that touch it?
There have been some instances where it's created artificial life, but for the most part, it's been relatively unstable in that regard.
Are there any air vents in this room?
Yes, there are.
Is it like just one, a couple?
There's probably one, and you would know that it leads like directly to the roof, so as not to contaminate the air supply of some of the other rooms.
Does the air vent look like it's been opened?
Funny you should ask that. Not only does the air vent look opened, but there's also some sort of trail of something that's sort of marked up the wall.
Okay, I have one hold left from Investigate a Mystery.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. What can hurt it? Just before I try going up there or doing anything, what can hurt this thing?
Okay. You take a look at some of the what's it called? Excretion?
Documents?
No. Some of the stuff that was like on the wall. It seems like some liquid that sort of dribbled down and dried up. You take a sample of that and you undergo a few tests on it. And you find
the first bureau has like access to weird gadgets. I probably have like a scanner or something to put the stuff into.
Yeah, that analyzes some of like the basic weaknesses of it. You notice that when you blast it with straight up heat, which is typically the ideal go-to when you're dealing with monsters of this sort, when you blast it with just straight heat, it doesn't seem to react. But as soon as you introduce heat and water at the same time, when you submerge it in some sort of boiling liquid, it seems to dissolve a lot quicker.
I turn to the scientist. Get the hose.
All right. Who's next? We're going to cut to a different scene now.
Sure. Why not?
All right. So we know that Cliff's been keeping an eye on you since the incident. Where else have you been occupying your time with? Like where else have you been while you're I'm assuming no longer boxing, but also like maybe you still are and you're just hiding the fact that you're a ghost.
I'm not actively fighting in matches, but I am still like going to abandon boxing rings and just practicing still.
So you're still just making sure to keep in shape, I guess sort of manage your physical form a bit better. Your physical and incorporeal form.
Yeah.
What's one of the things that you've been having trouble with in terms of maintaining your form, or just like or when you're having these training sessions, what's one of the things that you're noticing is a bit difficult to adapt to about your new form?
Hold on, I'm just gonna quickly go over what this does again. Right, okay. So I'd say kind of have troubles getting used to the incorporeal part of being half ghost, where sometimes my punches go through the bag instead.
So you're trying to figure out how to, like, I guess properly solidify yourself.
Yeah.
Or corporealize yourself in order to actually punch the thing.
Yeah.
And not look suspicious.
Yeah.
Okay. I think one of these times, maybe you accidentally like put too much power behind one swing, while you're trying to get the hang of it again, and you phase through the wall of this abandoned boxing ring that you're a part of. And you hear someone in an adjacent warehouse just talking on the phone, and they seem to be getting somewhat heated. And they say, what do you mean a whole ton of the stuff's gone missing? Who would steal that much candy? What do you do?
I just try to get closer and listen in on the conversation.
Yeah, my dad's going to investigate it. My dad's gonna investigate it in the morning. He said that some of his staff were hearing strange noises at night. Yes, I'm talking about the same candy manufacturing plant. And sort of from just listening in, you can gather that a large quantity of candy was stolen from the, if I can just find the name again, from the Anderson candy manufacturing facility. There has been someone or something making strange noises in the night, and some of the employees feel like they're being watched.
Okay. And is it the building that we're in that they're talking about, or another?
No, it's a different one. So the one that you were in is one of the fighting rings that got shut down by the cops.
Right.
The one adjacent to it appears to be one that's still operational, but it's like more of a storage facility for candy. It seems like this this business, you know, is one of the candy manufacturers and exporters that is I wouldn't say well known in like the common spheres, but it's like they manufacture candy for other like more well-known brands.
Okay. Can I look around the storage facility and see if there's any documentation on Anderson candy manufacturing?
Sure. What more specifically are you looking for? You'll probably have to roll sharp for this.
Yeah. Just uh just uh just like an address or something.
Oh, if you're just looking for the address, then you don't need to roll sharp.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the guy who was yelling sort of hangs up and leaves his office. You're probably able to grab the address from there when you phase through the wall to find him. Or to find it.
All right. I'm just gonna get the address, make a note of it.
All right. And last but not least, Gary.
Oh fuck.
Yo, so you so remind me that previous monster that you guys killed and sort of chopped up and had delivered to your laboratory. What was it? And what are you sort of experimenting on it to find out?
We say we. Who exactly are you talking about?
So I think Enzo and maybe Cliff previously brought down a monster and needed to and they chopped it up for easier transport, and they gave it to you for some research. Looking back over the connections.
They've probably done it a couple times by now.
Yeah,
At least once for Enzo and a couple times for Cliff.
Yeah. What's the most recent monster corpse that you're sort of researching, I guess, is what I'm asking.
The most recent one that I'm researching would be... Give me just 1 second. A suspected werewolf. Like, he was really hairy, and he was only really hairy on nights of the full moon, but it's a weird sort of like case where he's not fully werewolfish. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure. So he's a half werewolf then, maybe, and that's what you're trying to figure out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe there was something wrong with his lycanthropy, or if there's something like unique about him, or if he was just a really hairy guy.
All right. I guess roll to investigate a mystery here. So that's plus sharp.
How do we do the rolls again?
Open your character sheet and look at the dice symbol next to the stat.
Oh, that's what that's supposed to do. You said sharp?
Yes, sir. So you can tell that this man was... Okay, so you can tell that this man had a little bit of the werewolf saliva going through his system. However, in trying to get rid of the lycanthropy, he used a bunch of different kinds of disinfectants. like a first aid kit that sort of stunted the development of his lycanthropic powers.
That's what he had, like silver laced hydrogen peroxide.
Something like that. If it was like a vampire, it would be the equivalent of like garlic polysporin.
Why didn't I think of that? Gotta go find a vampire right now.
But yeah, is there anything else you want to find out about this werewolf, half werewolf cadaver?
How chopped up is he? Like, do you think? Is he like just like limb from limb, or is he like bisected?
Cliff and Enzo can probably answer that one.
He's looking at the werewolf thing that we supposedly brought in.
Yeah.
If it was a monster that Enzo brought in, like, because if I recall correctly, our connection together is Enzo had to kill it, and then he helped me pull it back. Probably just cut up a bit, like some of the, like, a limb here or there, arm or a leg. I don't know how much Enzo would have fucked it up.
Phoenix, are you muted?
Nope.
Okay. How much does Enzo typically cut up the cadavers? When it does the cleaning?
Only enough to be viable for transport.
Just enough to fit in a big ass garbage bags, you guys.
Basically.
All right.
So assuming that it's more or less all here, then if there's anything like unique aside from the fact that he's not fully wolfish, if there's anything like about the person themselves that might have made them more resistant to lycanthropy, beyond like just like as the person themselves, not just the things that he used, his weird ass cross covered hand sanitizer or whatever he had.
So I think one of the things that he might have doesn't even seem to be medicine at all upon first glance. It actually, you find it in his pocket. It's some sort of Pez dispenser, or like, or sort of equivalent. It seems to release these tablets that have traces of I don't have a name for this substance right now, but it has, actually, you know what? We can just say that there's a bit of like moon rock in it that's sort of also inhibiting some of the transformation.
Moon rock.
And one of the and you see on the side of the dispenser that it has in little text sort of reliefed onto the side that says Anderson Candy Manufacturing Plant.
Most of what I got from this is that maybe Moonrock helps, but also they're putting Moonrock in candy out there somewhere. What the fuck is going on with that? Where do you even get Moonrock?
That cannot be
It's in candy, dude.
It's aperture science, no way.
I was about to say, Kate Johnson out here making taffy, man. What the fuck?
He's smoking
GLaDOS.
moon rocks.
We're
This is
supposed
now
to
just
moon rocks on a new moon to become less of a werewolf, or maybe more of a werewolf. Maybe he got caught like mid transformation. It would be weird if moon rocks inhibited it, unless there's more to lycanthropy that I don't understand, which is entirely possible.
You are not a good scientist.
I fucked up a ghost. I mean, to be fair, he is half a ghost, and that's more than most scientists can say.
All right. Now that we've had sort of our individual scenes, we're gonna cut into the real meat and potatoes of the adventure.
Yeah, I love meat and potatoes.
Some way or another, you guys all end up in the Anderson candy manufacturing plant. The some extra details that might help with figuring out why you guys are all here has to do with the fact that Marvin Anderson, the CEO of the company, has recently disappeared in his own factory. He had a team of armed guards with him that were both that are also missing. And it's very likely that some of the clues from your guys' previous investigations would have led you all here. What are the specific reasons that everyone has chosen to come to this place, coincidentally on the same day?
That trail of slime led here from whatever the fuck that thing on the roof was. I went up there, wasn't there, just more slime.
All right.
Didn't even get to use the hose.
Yeah, you got up to the roof, and the trail of slime was just like reaching sort of all the way. Like it seems like this thing was like jumping from roof to roof and just sort of heading in the direction of the candy factory.
Now that's fucked up.
I'd say it's just curiosity on Arthur's part. It's like, oh, interesting stuff's a lot of stuff is disappearing. Might as well look into it. Could be fun.
I gotta figure out what the fuck's happening with these moon rocks.
The only one that we haven't really established a decent connection with this facility with is Enzo. So let's both try to think of something that could connect that.
Maybe it's a family company that sort of went dark.
You're not going to try and connect it to the guy you interrogated?
You were interrogating a guy.
True. He basically gave me the info in return for, in like a thanks for not killing me sort of thing.
Yeah, so basically the guy that you were previously cleaning, this guy was acquainted with him. And he knows that the guy that you killed works for some organization that he's not allowed to tell you the name of. However, the same guy was investigating something that's been going on at the candy manufacturing plant. And that's something would likely be of great interest to what's sort of the main ambition behind your crime family?
Just control, not total control, but to have a finger on the pulse of everything. A finger in every pie, you know?
Gross.
It's not very sanitary.
Okay, so it's
Save for drugs. They don't screw with drugs.
Oh, criminals with a conscience.
Nah, it's just a usual taboo for crime families.
okay. So it seems so what you get from interrogating the guy, I guess, is that it seems like the family wanted him dead because he was investigating some sort of weapon. But then hold on, it's coming together. Maybe it's a thing of when you say cleaning, are you usually the guy that like actually kills them, or are you the one that just like covers up when someone else kills someone in a messy way?
Yeah,
Or do you do both?
basically it's the job of the one who had took care of it to take care of it.
So both.
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't necessarily do one without the other.
Only if I'm ordered.
Okay. In this case, it's one of the rookies that that did the killing part of it, and he sort of bit off a bit more than he could chew. That guy's going to be getting his due punishment later, but you were ordered to clean up the mess that was sort of left behind.
It's always the rookies.
But that rookie, the reason that he killed the guy, is because he was going a little bit overboard when he was trying to interrogate that guy about a weapon that was being developed in the candy manufacturing plant. It's safe to say that the candy manufacturing is likely a front for something else.
A blind spot in the family city. I don't think they'll tolerate that.
All right. So you guys sort of all arrive at the facility at roughly the same time. Do you guys all meet at one of the same entrances, or do one of you try to come in through the back?
Enzo's gonna use the back door.
If I'm hunting like a creature or monster, I probably wouldn't use the main entrance. Or I guess, do I know, does the slime lead to a certain entrance?
Well, the only one that's like that you can visibly see is the main entrance, and then if you go sort of around the back, there's also a back entrance. There appear to be windows on the upper floors, but none on the lower floors.
Right. So no slime leads to any like obvious way in. It's just I just know it leads here.
Oh, sorry, my bad. The slime leads to one of the air vents on the roof.
Okay, I don't feel like climbing. I guess back entrance is probably the best.
All right. When you go to the back entrance, you see Enzo there.
The fuck are you?
Enzo. It's me. It's Cliff. Remember I paid you to help me haul a wolf man into my truck?
The
What are you doing here?
Business.
A lot of business going on here. Are you also after are you after that thing? Have you seen it?
Thing.
Okay, well that answers that. Yeah, there might be some sort of Guga in here. I don't know exactly what it is.
It's always something.
It's always something.
Look. Just don't get in my way when I need to do what I need to do, alright?
Hey man, that's fine. You can stand in front of me.
Right. Ladies first.
Oh, such a gentleman. I open the door and go in.
All right, Gary and Arthur, do you guys both go in through the front entrance, or Arthur, do you try to go in through one of the walls? How does this?
So yeah, I'm absolutely going through one of the walls.
All right. So when you go through one of the walls, you see that there's a lot of machines that some of them are just always on. Others are not currently operational. Some of them are being cleaned at the moment. It seems like there's some guys with like big buckets and mops, just sort of like scooping out some extra like crust and whatever out of the vats. You also see a staircase that sort of leads down sort of deeper into the facility, but there's still a few things to investigate on this floor. Gary, whereabouts do you enter? Gary?
Josh.
What? Oh, I thought you
Joshua?
were talking to Arthur.
Yeah. Gary, whereabouts do you enter the building?
I have no reason to go anywhere but the front. I'm not sneaking or anything. I have genuine questions about the candy.
All right. So you're gonna ask one of the people that are working there, or?
Yeah, if there's no problem getting in, then I'll just find the first person I can see involved in manufacturing.
All right. What do you ask him?
Are you aware that there's rocks made from the moon in your candy?
They sort of look at two of the staff members sort of look at each other, and they just like shrug.
It's gonna go full Karen. Where is your manager?
one of them says, he's not around right now. He went to go check some inventory, and he hasn't come back yet.
Oh, where's the inventory? That's probably where the moon rocks would be.
That's not exactly public access stuff. Do you have some ID?
The best I have is probably my lab ID, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Just sort of like flicker that, not really like just show them that I have some sort of badge, but don't like give them a chance to read it too much and see if I can tell them that I'm like federal.
Okay, manipulate someone. Roll plus charm.
Real quick, since I followed the monster here and I know it needs like a boiling water gun, and I have like weird gadgets as part of my resources, can I say I brought like some sort of thing with me to like take care of it? Like a
Like an electric kettle.
like a portable hose.
I'd say you can have a gadget that that does one of the two, that either adds heat or adds water.
Am I doing that right?
You'll need to find the other piece of it here, since you pretty much went sort of straight here after the investigation.
Probably heat would be better. I can get water almost anywhere. It's Candy Factory. This place must have like water somewhere.
Right. So you have an indeterminate heat device that we can figure out what exactly it is when you use it. So as for your manipulate someone roll,
Success.
yeah, full success. On a 10 plus, they do it for the reason you gave them. You ask too much, they'll tell you the minimum, but as far as they know, their boss isn't gonna find out. They're like, yeah, it's just down the hall here.
Good. I'll make sure your names don't come on any government reports.
Thanks. I'm glad to hear the government's staying out of my hair.
Let's go find whichever door that was.
All right.
Are those the same guys that I saw with the mop and bucket or whatever you said it was?
Yeah, you actually hear Gary talking to them, just as you notice the staircase.
Okay.
So, Cliff and Enzo, when you enter the back entrance, you sort of see that there's like a staff like lounge or lunchroom that appears to be empty. There doesn't appear to be too many people working today, aside from just like the cleaning and maintenance crew. You also see a similar staircase leading down, though it's a different one from the one that it's a different staircase than the one that Arthur found, saying as it's on the other side of the building. You
Sorry, keep going.
You don't get you don't hear you don't have anyone sort of immediately approach you. But down the hallway you do hear that someone is coming sort of in your guys' general direction. What do you do?
Someone's coming this way. Wait, do I still have... Let me look at my things real quick. Okay, Enzo, do you have any ideas?
Let him come. We need someone to have a chat with.
All right. I have cover identities as one of my resources. Can I have like a fake ID I could use?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Are you ready? My fake ID.
One of
Oh, I guess
the you see one of the people working there sort of opens the door to the room that you're in that has the staircase going down, and the like lunchroom sort of on the other side. And he asks, "Oh, who are you guys?"
Hi. I'm Daniel Unger. I pull out my fake ID. I'm a health inspector. This is my partner. We're here to just make sure this is like a surprise inspection. We have reason to believe there might be pests or other sort of problems here. Just making sure everything's running okay.
All right, because you have the fake ID, does that say that like you get +1 forward or anything for that? Because I feel like it would be +1 forward if it doesn't already.
There is no there's no written down thing. I'm just using it as like a way to get this guy to trust me.
All right, then in that case, it's manipulate someone. Because you did come prepared with the fake ID, I'll give you +1 forward to that.
Fuck, my charm is not great. But +1, roll it.
All right.
It's 10, so that's full.
Nice. Okay. Do you need me to show you to the rooms with the vats, or making sure that all the candy's up to code?
Looks
Yeah,
like I'd say we're gonna need a full tour. Just
Yeah.
to make sure everything's up to snuff.
What do you say? Let's start with the vats. And then we can work our way around down to these stairs down here. And just anywhere else.
Oh. Forgot to introduce myself. The name's Mr. Bosco. I'm with Custodial Services.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm not authorized to go down there, but I'll take you around the open parts. We'll try to find someone else with a higher level of clearance for you to go down there.
That would be lovely.
You've never been down there? Do you know what's down there? Have you been told what's down there?
He says, I hear that's where they're experimenting with new types of flavors and whatnot.
Of course.
Probably doesn't get paid enough to ask questions.
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's begin the tour.
All right. As they're going and sort of investigating like the vats and the other machinery, Arthur and Gary, you guys meet up. What do you do from there?
When we're meeting up in the inventory?
Well, you turn to see Arthur in the place where you're directed to go to.
Alright.
And yeah.
Oh, Ghost Boy, I didn't know you started working at a manufacturing plant.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. Alright. Hi. What are you doing here? And also, I don't work here.
Oh. What are you doing? I'm here to look around at the inventory to see what these moon rocks are all about. And I'd probably have, like, the wrapper with me or whatever he was... The Pez, whatever the Pez dispenser was, and I'd show it to him.
Moon rocks?
I found this on the Wolfman that you brought in for me. Thank you for that, by the way.
That wasn't me.
Who was it?
That was
I'm asking you in character who it was.
His dementia's acting up.
To be fair, I don't know who you're talking about, but that certainly wasn't me.
Oh. Can you bring me a wolf man at some point?
Who the hell do you think I am?
The ghost boy.
Yes, but do you really believe that that's something that I'm capable of doing?
I'd like to find out. I think ghosts could beat werewolves pretty easily.
Let's just get on with this investigation.
What are you investigating?
Just whatever disappearances are going on around here.
Disappearances.
Yes, apparently there's something stealing large quantities of candy.
Oh, I hope it's not the Moon Eaters. Go into inventory.
All right. As the other two are investigating the vats, you see that there's one that seems to be there's one that's being cleaned right now that seems to be filled with some sort of like pink not necessarily taffy, but it's like a thick sort of gummy substance that they're cleaning it out, scraping out some stuff off the bottom. But there also appears to be some similar brown substance, somewhat close to the slime that you saw coming from the roof.
There's a vat of the brown substance that I saw on the roof.
No, there's a vat of like a pink sludge that has a bit of like the brown syrup sludge that you've found.
Oh, so it's like a mostly pink, but little splatters of the sludge.
Yes.
Okay. I look at Enzo. Enzo, see that shit over there in the vat?
That doesn't look up to code.
It certainly isn't. One of the monster I'm chasing, it gives off that exact same kind of sludge. That means it's definitely still in here.
So that sludge, we think that that someone must have spilled some of the maple syrup from one of the other vats in.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look right.
That's why we're cleaning this one in particular. We had to throw out the whole batch, and we're sort of in the process of that at the moment. As soon as we find out who did this, they're going to, well, at least get a pay dog, if not being completely fired. That's just my personal opinion, at least.
Is there any more sludge like that anywhere else, like here, that I can see?
It seems to have not necessarily cleaned up, but it seems like the sludge, it's more so dotted in certain areas at this point.
Oh, did it drip? Is there anything? Is there like a vent above the vat? A vent or a pipe or something. Oh.
There is. And not only is there a vent there, but it seems like the vent has also been sort of busted off. And as soon as you see that, one of the things that they're using to clean out this vat sort of strikes something metal. And then he seems to have a bit of difficulty like pulling it back up and out of the vat. And then you see something, you see a shape that's very familiar to Enzo. The pink goopy substance seems to be roughly covering the shape of some sort of human figure. What the shit? That's not supposed to be in there.
Oof. This looks really bad for you. You know that? I'm gonna have to write this down. Do I have a notepad on me? I'm gonna have to memorize this for later.
All right. Gary and Arthur, as you guys are going sort of deeper into inventory, you hear something sort of scampering into one of the dark corners of the room, and you hear sounds that sound something like metal scraping against some sort of sharp spike, or a lot of sharp spikes rather. If you've ever seen like a video of a cat being thrown onto a laminate floor and trying to like get its bearings while it's constantly slipping and scratching up the floor, it sort of sounds like that, but like much sort of louder and heavier.
I turn over to Arthur. I think there's a big cat in here.
Sometimes whatever goes through your head, I do not understand.
But whatever the case, if we can kill that cat, I can experiment on it. It also bears mentioning that there was supposed to be a manager in here, but I don't see him anywhere.
Probably that thing killed him or took him or something.
Maybe we can ask it.
I get the impression it doesn't talk.
You haven't even tried yet.
You're more than welcome to try.
Let's get a look at the thing first. I'm going to try to not make too much noise as I try to get a look at whatever's making the noise.
Do you turn one of the lights on in here, or?
I guess I can't see in the dark. I don't want to. I guess I kind of have to. Yeah, all right.
All right. You flick on the light, and you see that there's some brown sludge that's leading up in towards one of the air vents. However, below that, there seems to be the cadaver of what appears to be some sort of guard. He has a security name tag. However, he has been pierced through both of his lungs, and through his abdomen, with what appears to be some sort of white spikes that have what's that pattern called? Like the candy cane swirl on them.
That would be funny if it wasn't so grisly. No, wait, it's still funny.
It's still funny.
What do you do?
I think Willy Wonka's been experimenting in here.
Well, that's more believable.
Then the giant cat?
Yeah.
So is it still under whatever vent, like the cadaver anyways?
Yeah,
That's the dripping?
The body is under the vent, and the brown sludge is fresh. Like it's still dripping sort of onto his forehead.
I look over at Arthur. How much would it take to convince you to get that body for me?
I was already planning on it.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna try and pull the grate open to get the body out.
Oh, sorry, it's not inside the air vent. It's like
Oh.
Yeah, no, the vent's on the ceiling and it's under.
Oh.
Well, the vent's like close to the ceiling on the wall. And just laying under the vent, or sitting rather under the vent, is this security guy.
Oh, okay.
I take a couple steps back and let him do his thing.
So is there any steps that, or a staircase that gets me closer to it, or
This is
What?
just like so basically you've gone down the staircase, and you've gone into this what seems to be some sort of storage room that has like shelves. And then in the back corner there's a vent, and then sort of to your sharp left there's another hallway.
Okay. If I climb up on one of the shelves, will that get me closer?
You'll have to like push the shelf to the air vent if you're trying to like climb up it into the vent.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, you start pushing one of the shelves sort of over top of where the body is.
Okay, I'm gonna climb up the shelf and try to retrieve the body.
I'm probably not explaining this correctly.
Yeah, probably not.
The body
The
is
body's on the floor.
the body's on the floor.
It's down here. It's not up at the vent.
The
It's
amount,
under
the amount of
vent,
times
on
that
the
you said
ground.
ceiling.
That's because that's where the vent is, and it's under where the vent is, on the
Jesus
floor.
Christ.
Just sort of watching you. Like I'm like, is he going into the vent? What is he doing?
Okay, fine. Yeah. God. I've already gotten that far, so I'm just gonna try to peek into the vent. There, fucking Christ.
Jesus Christ!
All right.
I don't think that's a very good idea. Whatever, you can phase through it.
You when you're in the vent, you hear what sounds like some sort of pug snarling. Like it seems like it's having some sort of breathing difficulties. But it also sounds like it's a thing that's a lot larger, just sort of scampering through the network of air vents in here.
Well, found out how it's getting around.
Is it through the vents?
Yep. At least that's how it sounds.
Is it still there?
Yep. I'm not going in there.
Or did you see it, or is it
I
further
just-
in?
I just heard it, and not exactly easy to see.
Did it talk to you?
Unless you want to consider snarling talking, then sure.
Cliff and Enzo, you are there to witness them pull this body out of the vat. They check his pockets and stuff for ID. Thankfully, some of it has not been submerged enough to like be able to tell that this guy's name is Arnold Flynn.
Would Enzo know him?
Maybe. You know what? Yes, he does. He is one of the... If I can just find your thing here. I need to look at your character sheet real quick. He's one of Vinny's friends.
Fuck.
You know this guy?
No, this guy is a friend of a friend. Well, ex-friend.
Jesus. What are the odds?
Vinny
It's
ain't
like-
gonna like this.
Is this family business? What's going on?
A family, not mine.
Mm. All right. I look towards I guess the guy that was touring, giving us the tour. This has just gotten a lot more serious. Where's your manager?
He says, "Well, he went down into the staircase area. He hasn't come back out yet."
Great.
Well, he better come out. This just became a crime scene.
We might have to go to him.
Hmm.
Okay. I think it would be best if all the workers vacated the area. I will call the authorities after you guys get out of here. But for now, it should just be best if you don't stick around.
And make sure to stay by your phones in case the cops call.
All right, if you're calling an evacuate order, one of you is gonna have to roll plus charm.
They're really not just going to evacuate when they find a dead body? All right.
I'll roll it. Charm's
probably-
my specialty.
Yeah.
Look, get out of here. There's a dead body. No, don't wanna. What the fuck?
Don't feel like it.
Don't feel like it.
There's work to be done.
I need to make candy.
Well,
Actually,
not,
can I do
it's a thing
anything?
of not everyone's sort of seen the dead body. They like the ones who found it are gonna get out of the way, no problem.
Actually, wait.
But
Can
like,
I help out Enzo?
to get the to get the rest of the staff here? Hold on. Helping out.
Actually, wait. No, I looked at it. He rolled an 8. The best I could do is give him a 1. That wouldn't help.
No, I can handle this.
All right.
Yeah.
So, what
Enzo's
do you do to show them you mean it?
Enzo's gonna pinch his brow and goes, "Attention, every bastard here! You see this dead body? That means this is a crime scene. And if you don't vacate the area, you are tampering with that crime scene. And I know the cops know obstruction of justice."
Hell yeah. That's enough to get everyone to like quietly like pack up, clean off their equipment, and start heading out.
Shit, I should have known. Of course, big bad mafia man's good at clearing out a room.
What? You gotta know about the law before you can fuck with it.
All right. He said their manager went downstairs in the candy testing room. We should probably head there. Are you armed?
Do you need to ask?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I asked you that. Let's go. We head over to the I head over to the stairs. I don't know if Enzo does that too.
Well, duh.
I don't want to sound like I'm directing your character for you.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah. So you guys sort of head down the stairs and enter through another door. It seems like there's it seems like this is one of those rooms that has like a catwalk. That's what it is. A catwalk that goes across this longer hallway, and there's another door on the other side, but below this catwalk is what seems to be some sort of drop down to a lower floor. But as soon as you guys enter here, on the left side of the room, one of the vents seems to be like shoved open. Like as you guys enter.
I go high, you go low.
Can I go down, or is it like too far? I'd have to go somewhere else.
Go down because you guys are both like sort of side by side, is what I'm assuming. Side by side.
We're on the
entering the
yeah,
door,
we're on
like,
the catwalk.
Yeah.
Is it? There's no like stairs or ladders that lead down into the area below, right? We'd have to go.
Yeah, there's no stairs in this room. It seems like they'd be in one of the further rooms.
Mm. I still pull out my gun, and just like aim it at the vent while it's doing.
And that's where you hear some of the scratching and snarling.
I should have looked for.
As soon as he hears that, Enzo pulls out his Lupara.
Something that you guys notice as you're waiting, staring intensely at this vent, is that there's also a small trail of there's also a couple packages, like open packages of licorice that are on the ground. And as soon as and within like almost an instant, something leaps out of the vent, pounces, and just starts like going to town, just like snatching up the licorice in its mouth, and just like shaking it around wildly.
Do we have a chance to fire?
Yes. Roll to kick some ass.
Ah, shit! I don't have tough. I have all these guns, and I forgot that kick ass is tough. Oh well. Six.
All
But
right.
I marked some experience.
Yep, you mark experience. You get 5 of those, and you get to take an advancement. Enzo, are you also gonna roll tough for kick some ass?
Fuck it.
There's a reason you guys have your guns out. Although it doesn't seem to do much. You fire at this thing, and it sort of, the bullets just bounce straight off its sharp spines. The spines have that candy cane swirl that I described earlier, and its form appears to be that of some sort of quadruped, although the limbs are distorted in some sort of strange manner. It doesn't look symmetrical as a typical animal would.
Santa Maria! What the fuck is that?
Which makes its walk all the more unsettling as it charges straight at you, not only allowing some of the bullets to reflect, but also just straight up avoiding them with its strange circular movements.
I didn't think it would be that tough. I thought bullets would at least do something.
And both of you are going to take a claw attack from it, which is going to deal 2 harm.
Just one for me. I have Flag Vest on.
Nice.
That's how armor works, right?
Yep, that's how armor works. It's damage
Good.
reduction. But yeah, now this thing is like right beside the 2 of you, and it's scratched both of you, and now it's turning some of its spines sort of in your guys' direction.
It's right next to me, right?
Yes.
Uh,
In front of you is the catwalk, which is sort of blocked off by its form. Below you is some sort of lower floor, and behind you is a door that leads up to the staircase.
Let me read a bad situation.
All right.
That's sharp. I have 2 sharp. Come on. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
That's a failure, so I don't see any way to help myself.
I think.
I
Is there anything edible that you guys are carrying on you at the moment?
mm, no. I have my hazmat suit. I have my heating gadget. I have my guns, my flak jacket, flak vest. I don't think I'd have any reason to have any food on me.
Unless you count smokes as a consumable, no.
I think I'm just gonna book it back the way I came. That might just be the best option here.
Yeah, I think that on uh yeah, so for booking it back, that's going to be act under pressure, I guess, to sort of escape from it.
Yep, that's cool. Literally, that's the cool stat. I have 3 in this, so I swear to God, if it doesn't work. Success, yep.
All right, Cliff, you're able to get out of the way. Enzo, how about you?
Enzo's gonna make a run for it too.
All right, real cool.
When Enzo does that, can I also... Can I help him escape with Sharp? With my moves?
If you could tell me how you're helping him.
Cover fire?
Cover fire. I guess not shooting at it because it would just deflect it, but just trying to shoot around it so it scares it off.
Okay.
Come on. Mixed success.
Okay. On a 7 and 9, your help grants them +1 to their roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger. Here's what I'm gonna say. It is going to have one of its spikes shoot through Enzo's sort of pant leg, sort of pinning him to the staircase. As you give it some as you give him some cover fire, to like sort of take this this creature off of him, it's going to scamper a bit higher up the staircase, and grab your heating device.
Fuck!
And then it's going to scamper off with it.
God, what?
Well, shit.
God damn it! Ah, that was my fucking fault. I should have... Fuck!
You said it, not me.
Enzo, are you okay?
Do I fucking look okay?
Yeah, well, you're not dead. You got enough air in your legs to scream.
Enzo and Gary. Not Enzo and Gary. Arthur and Gary.
Enzo, when did you get down here?
Arthur and Gary. Arthur has just moved one of the shelves over to take a peek inside the air vent. And the body is still there. Sort of under the shelf. What do you guys do?
I might as well take a look at the body.
I'll get down from the shelf and pull it away from the body.
All right. Roll to investigate a mystery.
It's sharp, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. On a 7 and 9, hold 1. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What's being concealed here?
What was that first one?
What happened here?
Ah. I can imagine that I kind of just tell that from looking at him. Oh, thank God. What sort of creature is it? Am I able to tell that?
Sure. You can tell that this creature appears to be some sort of mix of flesh and bone with candy. It seems like the spines have a skeletal structure to them, along with a candy exoskeleton.
Like a solid candy, or what? Like a more like a taffy or syrup?
Well, there's the solid candy on the spines, but then there's also the syrup that's now leaking from the vent.
Hmm. Did I ever look at his? We saw his name already, right? The guy's name.
The guard?
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't generate a name for him, but let's say that his name is Cole.
Cole Sprouse.
Cole Sprouse. Sure.
Oh fuck! No, Cole Sprouse. How are we gonna break it to his brother? Also, how the fuck is he alive today? Different Cole Sprouse, I guess.
Oh no, Cole Sprouse Sr.
Oh fuck!
Shit, wait, was he Zach and Cody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cole and Dylan Sprouse.
Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
I was looking at him and he was like, he kind of looks like Daniel Thrasher. Anyway, so yeah. It seems to it seems to be an amalgam of different kinds of candy with a flesh and bone sort of structure to it. What do you do next?
Able to look for anything inside this inventory area to see if there's something that can help. Well, basically, like test different things against the spines to see if anything does damage to it. Because I don't really have anything. I I would have brought monster slaying weapons, I think, but I didn't really expect to find a monster out here. I was just going to talk to some other people about moon rocks. I did not expect to find a Coats named Kid Next Door monster out here.
Okay, so in this room, you try everything and it doesn't seem like there's anything in this room that can particularly hurt it. If you want to roll to investigate a mystery, you might be able to do some extra tests. So if you have something else that you can apply to it, you'll be able to investigate a mystery later if you take one of the spines with you, maybe?
Oh yeah, I'll take a spine with me, yeah. I'm gonna take all three. If I can.
Sure. There's no, like, harvest check for this at all.
Cool, yeah.
It's just you're now holding a handful of bloody spines.
That's what my
That's not
gadget looks like.
That looks weird.
It's a little bendy thing. If I touch the end of something, it heats up really fast. And now
It's
it's
like
gone.
a cattle prod that's limp.
It might just be a cattle prod that's bendy.
Flexible kettle prod. Anyway, after you pull those spines out, that's when you hear the scuffle that happened sort of in the other room. It seems to be you seem to be able to get down there if you find if you go a little bit down the hallway to the left.
Groovy.
Since when do warehouse workers have guns?
I mean, there is supposed to be security somewhere around here. Is the spine completely covered in blood? Is there like not a part of it that's not covered in blood?
Well, there's the part that didn't stick into the guy. There's like a couple drops that may have splattered, but those parts aren't covered in blood.
And you said it looks like a candy cane, right?
Yeah.
Like the same pattern?
It looks like
Can I
a
lick it?
sharpened candy cane. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I would like to see what it tastes like.
It tastes like a candy cane.
Oh,
And
groovy.
Somewhat minty.
I turn to Arthur. Hey, push comes to shove, maybe we can just eat the thing.
I have a feeling it would fight before you can even get your mouth anywhere near it.
There's only one way to find out. I go down the hallway.
That would be hilarious to see. Do it.
It's a win-win for Arthur. Either I actually eat the monster or I get fucking impaled by candy.
Either way, he's happy.
He just pulls up a chair, gets some popcorn. Yep, just keep trying to eat it.
But yeah, what do you do once you hear the scuffle? Oh yeah, now that
I'd
you
like
guys
to
are in here,
go-
I need to change the music over real quick.
I'd like to go see where all this is going down if we can. If the hallway actually goes to like the catwalk or like the room that the catwalk is in that they were on.
Yeah. So it does sort of connect around, sort of in the middle. There's a staircase room that leads down, and then there's some sort of branching paths from down there.
Is there an indicator that the monster was around here, like slime or anything?
Not in this room, but when you get back to the catwalk room, you can see the slime coming out of one of the vents.
Do we at any point see the other two?
You can't see them from where you are, but you can definitely hear them. That's where we get to sort of the end of their conversation about the. Do I look?
Probably
okay?
heard Enzo scream. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely heard him screaming then. Is everyone okay up there? Wait, am I below the catwalk?
You're like level with the catwalk right now.
Oh. Is everyone okay over there?
Did we hear that?
Yeah, you hear that.
So I would recognize Gary, wouldn't I?
Oh yeah, just peachy. We just fire guns for fun over here.
Is that the janitor?
No, Gary.
Fuck off!
Gary, it's Cliff.
Oh! Hey, friend!
Why are you here?
I came to investigate moon rocks.
Moon? What? Get over here.
Is it like a clear path over to them, or are we like in disconnected sections?
I mean, there's a door that I'm assuming Enzo closed on the way through. But like that's the monster had like probably burst that open actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, it's a straight shot to get there. It seems like there's a empty package of licorice just like drifting along on the catwalk.
Who was eating lunch up here?
First of all, licorice is not lunch. I told you that. Second of all, the monster was eating licorice.
Oh,
Why? What are you talking about fucking moon rocks for?
I think that can wait. Have you
You're
seen?
right.
So you saw the monster?
Yep. Like a
What?
little crooked leg spidery thing that looks like it was made out of candy. Got me pretty bad, but it's not as bad. I have my black vest on. Enzo got it worse than me.
Oh yeah, thanks for telling them that.
They can probably
I
see
feel
it.
like I can kind of see. Your leg is a little more.
Enzo,
Anyway.
you're at 2. You're only at like 2 harm, right?
From what I see, yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're not
There's
like.
one more harm than you then.
I know how to kill that thing. At least I think I do.
Is it
For-
by eating it?
No, don't. No.
Oh.
No,
Before
no. Eat it. It'll be funny.
I have
Yeah, I
so
said the
many
exact
good
same thing.
friends.
It escaped the lab I was working in. I managed to do some tests on a sample on it, and apparently both heat and water together was enough to kill it. I thought bullets would also be good enough. I didn't think it would reflect them. I didn't think it was that tough.
Reflected bullets?
It reflected bullets off its candy coating.
Take out like a little notepad and write that down. Candy deflects bullets.
Did we see
That's
like
your takeaway from this?
Hey, maybe a candy suit of armor could help you with that claw wound on your chest, you know.
Yeah. I don't want to test that theory. Thank you.
were there any hoses like on the way here, like any sources of water? They were cleaning the
It's a very disrespectful way to talk about women, but I didn't see anything.
I'm asking the keeper. Do I remember like any hoses or sources of water
Yes,
in the
they would have had a hose, and there's probably also like a water tank on the roof that the hose is connected to, or like not a water tank, like not even a water tower. They definitely have like normal plumbing going through here, but they also probably have their own sort of reserve supply that they get taken in by like trucks and whatnot.
I had a gadget that could bring water to a boil instantly to help me kill the thing, but it snatched it while it was after us.
So you're saying it has the thing that can kill it on it.
No, not on its own. It needs water, and the water. It's not just a gadget. Any boiling water would do. It's just having something to do it instantly would be really helpful.
Well, I mean, there are the vats.
Do the vats boil?
Would they
I don't
boil
know.
if you put your thing in them?
I don't know how making candy works. Actually, wait. What are the vats are in the next room?
Aren't the vats full of candy?
They cleaned one out. That's where the body was.
Body?
Oh yeah, this dead body.
Is the body up here? Can it like? Where's the body?
There's 2 bodies.
The body we found is back in the vat room, covered in candy and shit.
I was wondering about the vat body.
What was your question about the fat body?
Where it was. More so, like, am I able to like go look at it?
Yeah, they can take you back up to see it.
Where's this body we're talking about?
I lead Gary back to the body in the vat room. Here it is.
Well, what's the cause of death again? Is it more spines, or was he like drowned in candy?
Would you like to investigate?
I would love to.
Roll sharp.
This is the same menu again, isn't it?
Did you already roll it?
Yeah. It's 7.
On
Mix.
a 7, you hold 1. Yeah.
Alright. What happened here, I guess? I just want to investigate, like, cause of death.
So what you can sort of tell is that this creature this not creature. The body doesn't seem to be impaled by the spines. What you think may have happened here is actually closer to strangulation. It seems like around its neck something was like tightening, and it sort of, and the person sort of lost air.
Are you sure it was a spider-looking thing and not a snake?
That's what I saw. Did it? It's not also strangling people. Is there a different? Something else to this?
It could be the same thing. Maybe it has like a Rottweiler.
Okay, no, it's definitely not the same thing.
There must be some kind of connection.
It's entirely possible that some other jabroni could have done this.
I'm gonna think for a bit, and that's my way of saying I have to go real quick. I'll be right back.
I was thinking that we might wrap up the session pretty soon anyway. I've got to go and make dinner, and then
I do have to go to work.
yeah, because this is normally
Yeah, it's
20
it's been 2 hours.
20 minutes after the typical time that we end this off.
That works. We started pretty much 20 minutes later anyways.
Cliffhanger, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll
Part
end
2
this-
coming soon.
Part 2 coming next week, hopefully.
Groovy.
Fingers crossed.
Later.
Later.